it's a sweet treat many know and love.
We hear from a lot of people that maybe didn't think they were toffee fans or know that they would like toffee, that then become addicted.
Holm Made Toffee is women-owned and family-run.
How long has the company been named Holm Made Toffee Company?
My mother-in-law started the business. She's my business partner. She's been making the product for almost 40 years now, but it was a hobby and then became a business in '07. And we had the perfect last name.
When did that start to go from a hobby for her into more of a business?
It started with friends and family just really supporting and pushing her to sell it year-round. She used to just give it as gifts.
The process for making the candy is a bit of an arm workout.
Kind of walk me through a high-level way of making toffee.
So when she started, she would, just grab a saucepan from her kitchen, one small batch at a time, a lot of stirring.
Sure.
A lot of stirring. Butter, sugar, it's a delicate balance between the two. And then when cooked to a high heat, that's, where that magic occurs, where you get that light crunch.
Holm Made Toffee has seasonal flavors as well as flavors you'll find year-round.
We're really heavy on farmers markets every week. This would sell out weekly. So it's cardamom and vanilla. So it is a nod, towards the ocean roll, Sparrow Bakery.
That's good. It's a light cardamom too. That's definitely subtle in a good way. As I'm biting into it, sometimes toffee can be really sticky and make people a bit nervous to bite into it. It's almost creamy. It's a nice soft bite to it. It's not that like hard crunch.
It's actually when we do sampling events or farmers markets, that's actually what we hear the most is the texture, the consistency.
To keep up with their orders, a machine was bought to help do the mixing.
We haven't made a lot of changes to either our recipe or our processes, except for we did invest in a kettle years ago when it became apparent that we could not keep up with demand and all of that stirring. She and one of our first employees would have 4 or 5 pots going at all times and trying to keep them stirred and not have them burn and be the right consistency. So we did invest in a kettle, which runs during busy season, sometimes 7 days a week.
Their delicious candy was first sold at farmers markets.
Our original uses a dark chocolate. We usually try to be above 60% cacao. We find that a darker chocolate just really lends itself to the sweetness of the butter and the sugar. But we have added some white chocolate varieties.
One of them you said that did stick was the Marionberry here, another nod to Oregon.
That one started as a seasonal. That one was so popular when it went away for a little bit, people were yelling for that one to come back. It's actually turned into our #2 seller behind original.
You're kidding. It's so good. I mean, that berry flavor really stands out. And it's bright.
Holm Made Toffee was being made in Southern Oregon before moving to Central Oregon.
Founded the business in Glide, Oregon, so in Douglas County, and she started with a farmer's market there called the Umpqua Valley Farmers Market. I started with the Redmond Farmers Market, Sisters Farmers Market, and the Northwest Crossing Farmers Market. When we started to see just how this was taking off in Bend and how Bend really supports not only food and beverage, but just small businesses as a whole, we thought the smartest decision, especially with me residing here, was to move operations to Bend. So we've now been operating out of Bend for about a decade.
You'll find love and quality in every bite.
All hand done still. I mean, we do have the kettle, but somebody runs the kettle.
Just to save your arm muscle strength at that point.
Exactly, but there's still a lot of hand pouring involved.
Oh, yeah.
All of our packaging staff is still hand breaking, hand weighing, hand bagging.
Much of Holm Made Toffee is true to Oregon roots, but you can find it in many locations across the country.
You've got a poster here on the inside. Happiness is plain and simple.
Yes, so that started off as kind of a nod also to our ingredients, but we also just kind of use it as a mantra now in our kitchen and in life, of just happiness, plain and simple.
You can find Holm Made Toffee at various stores in Central Oregon, online, and on the shelves at Newport Avenue Market in Bend. For another edition of Taste This, I'm Emily Kirk.